Hello, wildlings. I'm your Creepsmith, and you found my Fear Forge. Lucky you. Welcome back, wildlings. Tonight we are back in the strange world of a funny thing happened at work. Only it's less funny and more paranoia-inducing and scary. Tonight's story, The Body Was Empty Inside, by Lifeisstrangemetoo. When we opened up the body, there was nothing inside. No organs, no bones, no nothing. We were hard-pressed to even explain how the skin retained its shape instead of collapsing like an empty glove. We called the feds on that one, way above our pay grade, we decided. A pair of agents was there in an hour. They didn't look like I expected. I thought they'd be wearing black suits, sunglasses, earpieces, the whole 9 yards. Instead, they were dressed in white lab coats and scrubs. It's our job to blend in with the environment, the first Fed said. Can you show us the body? Oh, so I did as I was asked, and we 4 stared down at the body. The 2 agents, my technician, and I. There's something about the fluorescent lights of the morgue that makes bodies look unreal. Their flesh is pallid and dull, like one of those statues from Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. We're gonna have to call this in, the first Fed said. Second one reached for his phone, but the hand never got there. The body lurched upright and seized the 2 agents by their throats. Slowly, the flesh of his Y incision began to knit back together. The feds reached for their guns, and I collapsed to the ground with my hand on my heart. The gunshots tore through the hollow flesh, but the creature continued to squeeze. The agents' faces turned red and then purple, their eyes bulging and shot with blood. For a moment, I thought their heads were going to pop right off, but I didn't stay to find out. As soon as I got my wits about me, I bolted, smashing through the metal double doors and racing up the stairs to the first floor. My heart was pounding hard in my chest, racing to catch up with my breath, but my mind was focused on one thought only: get as far away from this place as you possibly can. I hoped my morgue technician had gotten out too, but I didn't turn around to look. I jumped into my car with shaking hands and thrust the key into the ignition and peeled out of the lot and onto the main road, frantically swerving my way through traffic as I raced towards the police station. I didn't know what I'd just seen, but I knew I had to warn someone. I arrived at the police station a babbling mess. They sat me in a room with a mirror in it and gave me some water, told me to calm down, and there were murmurs behind my back about putting me in the psych ward for an overnight. As soon as I heard that, I knew I had to leave. But as I opened the door and stepped out into the hallway, I saw something that made me stop. 4 people had just come into the station in lab coats. My technician, the feds, and the man who'd been on my table. I went out the back hallway and through the emergency exit. I managed to circle back to my car before I heard gunshots inside. That night I drove as far as a tank of gas would get me and checked into a motel under a fake name. Over the next few days, I watched the news reports for my town, but they didn't report any change. Some nights, I still lie awake and wonder what happened. Were the police able to put them down? Did the feds come in and cover it up? Or is there now a small town in the American Midwest that's full of hollow people just waiting for the chance to tear somebody open and hollow them out? And I'm not sure I want to find out. So stay scary, wildlings, and make the most of your nights.